Energy, DOE awarded $1.5 million to the University of North Dakota's Energy and Environmental Research Center, EERC, to support production of rare earth elements and critical minerals vital to the manufacturing of batteries, magnets, and other components important to clean energy. The United States is facing persistent shortages in domestic supply and forced to rely on imported materials, predominantly from China, leaving clean energy technology production at greater risk of disruption. Last week, North Dakota U.S. Senator John Hoeven said, quote, "This grant will support the University of North Dakota's Energy and Environmental Research Center's efforts to continue advancing the production of rare earth elements, critical minerals, and other carbon products from North Dakota lignite coal."
One of the huge concerns that the federal government has is the real dominance of China in the global supply of these critical minerals. And we're comfortable that our lignite resources may have substantial quantities and concentrations, but rather, China saw this as a very strategic opportunity to corner a marketplace.
EERC recently completed research evaluating the potential to make high-value graphene-based solid carbon products from North Dakota lignite. Graphene from ND Lignite could open up new markets in non-energy sectors such as electronics, optical devices, lightweight farming tools, and military equipment. Standing Rock Sage Renewable Energy Power Authority is Standing Rock's first public power authority project. Sage is currently campaigning to build a 60-turbine, 235-megawatt utility wind farm called Apechewee, or Morning Light. But one of the project's major hurdles is transmission line availability. North Dakota is split between Mid-Continent Independent System Operator, or MISO, and Southwest Power Pool, or SPP. Standing Rock Sage Renewable Energy Power Authority General Manager Joseph McNeil Jr. explains that right now Standing Rock only has SPP transmission lines running through it, and the South Dakota part of the tribal nation has no transmission lines whatsoever. When it comes to adding renewables to the energy grid, cost is always central to the conversation. North Dakota Transmission Authority Director John Weeda told KX it costs about $1 million per mile to construct new transmission infrastructure in North Dakota. But McNeil says the limited availability of transmission lines constrains the predictability of bringing new energy projects to market.
So we do need more transmission, whether it's through Standing Rock or adjacent to Standing Rock, to make projects like ours feasible, but not just us. I mean, there's the rest of Grant County, and on the South Dakota side, there's so many counties there that have this great wind resource.
Sage has an application to connect their power to the SPP system, and they expect to get results back by 2023-24. The wind farm will be the single largest revenue source for Standing Rock and will reinvest into future projects such as solar, microgrids, and home energy installation for the people of Standing Rock. Switching to ag now, even though the 67th North Dakota legislature has adjourned, one thing they still will be working on yet this year is redistricting. North Dakota Farm Bureau will be tracking the process to ensure rural districts are preserved. Every 10 years after the census, North Dakota legislators reportion districts based on an approximately 16,000 person population per district and redraw the legislative district lines accordingly. The population growth seen in eastern and western parts of the state will impact district lines, causing concern that rural districts will merge with metropolitan areas, changing laws and representation for those new districts.
For us, we're certainly concerned with protecting the interest of rural North Dakota, and we think that the folks that are on the committee, a lot of them are trusted friends, and we expect that it will be fair and equitable. We'll just have to see how it all shakes out with the populations, and we really don't know those numbers until later in the summer.
The 2020 census shows the state's rate of growth was the fourth highest in the nation, with an increased total head count of 106,503 residents. bringing North Dakota's total population to 779,094 people.
All right, growing and growing, and lots of wind as we know it for that energy. And Amber, I don't know, we don't have any great wind coming up in the next days. Hopefully, more breeze.
Well, you know, and it's also North Dakota,
Exactly.
so wind will always be there.
Of course it